it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the podcast where we look at an upcoming event in the stars and numbers, the astrology and numerology, to help us move through the energy for our highest good. And today we're going to look at a very important lunation, the new moon in Aquarius. And the reason this new moon is so important is we're pretty much moving rapidly into the Aquarian age, which is over 2,000 years. So anything in Aquarius makes a big difference, points us in the right direction. Also because Pluto recently moved into Aquarius after 248 years. And yes, Pluto will dip out for a couple months in the autumn, in September, October, and mid-November. However, it's really a big deal, this move into Aquarius, because it happened with the sun. Pluto and the sun both moved into Aquarius on January 20th at 0 degrees. So Aquarius is in the news, and that means the Aquarius new moon is taking on extra importance. The other reason is Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, creates a square to the sun and moon, and that is a tense aspect. It activates us. It's almost exact too, so this makes it even more Aquarian. And Aquarius is all about liberation, and we're really being helped with the liberating qualities at this time because the sun and moon are at 20 degrees. In fact, this is the fourth consecutive new moon with the sun and moon at 20 degrees, giving us 20/20 vision. That means we're seeing more than ever. We're being given a 5-month period from November all the way through March where our eyes are being opened with these consecutive new moons at 20 degrees. And in Aquarius, that opening up of seeing the truth is leading to liberation. So let's start with the fact that Aquarius does celebrate the future. It celebrates, in a way, a new lease on life because it focuses ahead. It doesn't look back. And since this is a new moon, which new moons are about new beginnings, the sense of how you perceive areas of your life are going to be new. They're going to be fresh, like you're being given a fresh start, like something's being let go of, something's being, some of the things that no longer are necessary in your life to focus on or spend time on are naturally falling away at this time, and you may be feeling that. This can range from literally, because Pluto just moved into Aquarius, Pluto governs life, death, rebirth. This can literally mean the end of something, or all the way to, oh my gosh, I have a new perspective on this, and I'm definitely not going to look at this topic or this person the same way I did before. How wonderful, because it's freeing me up. So the range is just limitless, just like Aquarius is limitless. And Aquarius governs the higher mind. So it is connected to intuition. It governs the 11th house in astrology. We have 12 houses for the 12 signs, and the 11th house is aligned with the numerology number 11. So 11 is the two antennae that are constantly in touch with the divine, with source, divine inspiration, intuition. So Aquarius is a hugely intuitive sign, and that's why it also governs inventors and explorers and adventure, taking a risk, moving outside of what's considered politically correct, thinking outside the box, really being liberated from the fear of belonging or the fear of expectation, and throwing it all to the wind and just listening to source. So very exciting in so many ways. And I want to also point out, since we're talking about 11 reduces to 2. And the 20 degrees for this new moon, for the sun and moon, also reduces to 2. So the topic of relationships is coming up. 2 is about two people, you and another. It can also mean you in relation to your inner voice, listening. It is, though, also the second month So, and what do we celebrate in February? Valentine's Day, right? There's a reason. Numerologically, the 2 is about 2 people. So because of this code, Aquarius is connected to 11, the 11th house, the 2020 new moon, 20 degrees, the number 2, and the fact, and now I'm going to bring up the other part of the code, that the 9th of February means that there is love in the air. 9 is one of the 2 love numbers. 6 is the other love number. And so there is a sense of focusing on this topic, unconditional love, compassion, romantic love. It's all covered, but it means hugging and touching and, feeling literally connected in a very intimate, beautiful way, and sharing that love with absolute feeling so liberated to just go and hug. Like if you feel the urge to just do it, right? And the date, and let me go to also the time of the new moon, because I forgot to do that. I'm so excited about it. So the new moon actually takes place on February 9th, and it's at 10:57 p.m. Universal Time, London, and that would be 5:57 p.m. Eastern Time, New York, and 2:57 p.m. Pacific Time, LA. And again, we have a exciting moment here because the date of 2/9/2024 adds up to 19. 19 is 1 and 9, beginnings and endings. It's a turning point, in other words. And this is a moment of a turning point. You may be feeling a turning point in some regards in your life this month. And 19 is also the Prince of Heaven number. That's what the ancients called it. The ancient Chaldean priests called 19 the sun, the Prince of Heaven. And 19 reduces to 10, which is instant manifestation, love, and light. And 1. 1 plus 0 for 10 is 1. So the root number for 19 is 1. New beginnings. There's so much new beginnings energy and purging energy at the same time, like letting go energy, which is Pluto, which is the number 9. So yeah, this is about releasing and renewing, basically. And supporting that is Uranus is square to the sun and moon. Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, the ruler of this new moon. Uranus invites us to really seek to be free. And that means we may, with a square, which is very activating, be impulsive. So just really take a lot of breaths this month. Really focus on getting grounded so that the freedom that you seek is acquired from inspiration and the right timing, and not out of a sheer will of, I want to jump out of this situation now. It's really about trusting your instincts when it comes to how you address wanting to extricate yourself from a situation. So rely on your intuition at all times to gauge these shifts with a lot of clarity. And then we also have Mercury square Jupiter. And so Mercury is the lower mind. Jupiter is expansion and abundance and taking in the whole big vision. And so writing your ideas down, because you will be able to see beyond just the minutia and you'll be very magnanimous. You'll be very grateful. And that gratitude will help you make amends. It'll help you to just really smooth out the rough corners, which is a beautiful thing. Venus is trying to Uranus as well. And this is exciting because there's going to be a lot of new explorations, artistically, creatively, new options you can explore. You can experiment with a lot of pleasure. That's what Venus brings. You can get a perspective by magnifying your thoughts on abundance, magnifying your thoughts on love, Venus, right? This is right around Valentine's Day, and there's a lot going on this month that also focuses on love. It's really a moment to focus on romance. And this is also helped by Mars sextile Neptune, also during this beautiful new moon. So romantic, so sensual. You just have this strong drive to go into your intuition, your imagination, and allow yourself to express yourself with beauty and love and creativity and passion all at once, which is really thrilling. And Jupiter sextile Saturn as well, very exciting for business and moving through any fears of resistance and really benefiting from growth and being involved in expansion and using that for your career, like being able to expand, focusing on abundance. So, and then one more thing I want to mention, if you're watching this up until the 5th or 6th of February, this video, I mean, on the 5th, we have a very exciting event. We have Mercury conjunct Pluto, and it'll be the first time that Mercury will conjunct Pluto since Pluto moved into Aquarius. Why is this important? Because Pluto has been in Capricorn, and Mercury and Pluto were part of the stellium in Capricorn on January 12th, 2020. That was the 500-year event, and that literally started the decade, but also started the major shift, because we all know what happened after that. So when these two planets are now coming together in the next sign, Aquarius, Mercury and Pluto conjunction in Aquarius at 0 degrees, it does indicate that we've moved beyond that first initial period of the decade and are now embarking on the next big moment. So it's moved us out of the earth sign of Capricorn, the top-down structures, the past, right? The more patriarchal impact into the where do we go from here? How does our future look? Let's really look at what we want, not what we're getting rid of, because we already know now what we're eliminating, what's no longer useful. Now we're like, okay, what are the solutions? Where are we heading? This is our first inkling of that with Mercury conjunct Pluto. And even if you watch this video after that date, you are still going to benefit, of course, because this will continue on. And it's very, very exciting because it's at 0 degrees Aquarius. Now, astrology is ruled by Aquarius as well, both astrology and numerology. And these ancient systems are just truth in motion. Truth in motion. They are maps of each of us individually, and our whole life is like a book of life that you can read through numerology and astrology. And it's also truth in motion for the collective, as we are doing now, looking at the Aquarius new moon. So astronomy tells us where the planets and stars are, and astrology then evolves our consciousness by looking at the impact, the effect of those planetary positions and what impact they have on you, on your consciousness. And now moving forward, this is the Aquarian message, is everything keeps moving. It keeps moving, and it's moving more rapidly now than ever. More rapidly, and I'm sure you're feeling that, the quickening of the pace. So letting go, the Pluto message, is one of the major keys here. The 9th of February message, one of the major keys is letting go so that you can keep moving. Whatever you're carrying that has completed itself can be let go of, dropped. And it's easier now than ever to do. So as you move through a challenging experience, just know that the only state that you naturally are is love. The pain is a temporary human state that you may feel from time to time, but it is not your natural state. So we only offer love in every moment, and know that all is good, all is well, that goodness always prevails, even when we're not seeing it at certain times. And when you just do that, then peace will become the major presence in your life. Peace. So it is an incredible moment. We live in incredible times. There's just a major shift in play. And the rapidity and the openness and the awareness is just growing exponentially. So through all these shifts, we always want to remember to breathe and stay grounded. And I want to support you with a free webinar that helps you with that. It's called How to Master Your Stars. And it literally goes into your stars. And you can watch it instant access for free at spiritualmasteryclass.com. So we cover the secret to spiritual mastery and the important difference between individuality and uniqueness. And if there's any message that Aquarius represents, it is uniqueness and owning your uniqueness and not shying away from who you are at a core soul level, not diminishing it in any way to please, not to take down a certain part of how you feel a level, like take it down a level so that it doesn't offend. It really isn't about that. It is about using your intuition and always staying in that frequency of uniqueness. So we're going to look at the difference between individuality and uniqueness, and also your natal sun and natal moon's profound impact on living a rich life, living an abundant and happy life, how to instantly connect with spirit, many secrets, and also the true meaning of your rising sign. So all of that is revealed, and basically it's helping you take your power back, which is what we are doing now, and especially this year. 2024 is an 8 universal year that's all about empowerment and leadership and courage. So this free online webinar is going to really look at the truth of how to take your power back. And it's exciting and very important at these times, so you don't feel overwhelmed or frustrated. So go and have a look at that free webinar at spiritualmasteryclass.com, and I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.